In today's video, we're going to talk about why you look leaner, but the scale isn't moving.
All by myself.
What's going on, guys? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com coming at you on Saturday afternoon. Just got back from a birthday party for my friend's daughter, and it was very nice, but I couldn't wait to get home and talk to you about this topic because it's a question I deal with a lot of my clients, and this is one of those topics that I feel like if you don't have a coach or someone to bounce ideas off of or thoughts, you can get mixed information. And so I think I'll give you my opinion on the topic of why when you get leaner sometimes the scale doesn't move. And I'm going to give two scenarios because there's two different situations. I'll address the two extremes. I'll address the first extreme where you're probably like 20% body fat or higher, and then I'll address the other extreme where you're like 5%, 8% body fat, really lean. So let's start with why the scale would not adjust if you were, say, 20% body fat around that area. So a lot of times someone will come to me and they'll be like, hey Paul, I want to lose weight, I want to get leaner. And we know that the best way to lose body fat is by a combination of resistance training and cardiovascular exercise, right? One will get you lean, the other will get you a little bit leaner, but together they're more powerful. So I'm going to suggest this. Well, a lot of times somebody's been on the same workout plan for a long time, and when you switch your training styles to just doing the same thing every week to doing something like nonlinear periodization or undulating periodization or autoregulation or any type of methodology that actually allows your body to adapt and recover and go through training phases of overreaching, then recovery, adapting, and then goes through that again, you're allowed to make progress at a greater rate. So let's say that person that was at 20% body fat looks in the mirror and they see there's a change. Maybe even there's a waist measurement difference, a chest measurement, for girls like the butt, the glutes, for men, lower back, waist. There's visual changes, right? But the scale's just the same. Well, when you start a new training program, there's going to be some associations with that. We hope it's lean body mass, but part of lean body mass is just better hydration to your muscles. When you eat better, you stay hydrated, and you train, your muscles begin to store fluids at a greater rate than if you're just a very sedentary person. So this in turn can lead to more lean body mass because your muscles are then holding a little more weight. Carbohydrates are stored with water. That's why the word hydrate is on the end there. So water has weight. It's in your muscles. It's there for energy so that you can perform. So it's very common when you undertake a fat loss program where some new resistance training protocols are put in and you start eating a little bit better, right? You start paying attention to your diet. You start making sure you're getting enough protein. You might make sure you're getting enough sleep. So all these factors mean you're actually seeing recomposition in your body. You're not just losing body fat, you're adding lean body mass. And if you have a history of training, there might be some muscle memory there, so you might be putting on lean body mass for real, like some actual muscle tissue might be developing. So that's one of the main reasons. The mirror, measurements, how your clothes are fitting, how people respond to you. One of my favorite questions to ask my clients is, are you getting questions or comments from people that you don't know that well about how different you look? That's a really good indicator that things are changing, because when someone sees you every day, they expect you to look a certain way. And sometimes we'll be getting leaner, but we don't feel good about it, and someone will say, hey, you look really lean. Well, think about that. That person was not asked how you're looking, but it was so relevant to them and so apparent to them that they wanted to make a comment to you. So that's a very, very powerful thing. Third-party comments I consider a great indicator of progress. Now let's get to the other person. Let's say someone's under 10% body fat, maybe closer to stage weight, or just very shredded. And they're wondering why on the days that they look leaner, the scale is up or higher. Well, when you have very low body fat, there's not a lot of places for water to hide. And when you get flat from lower carbohydrate days, your muscles will actually soften up a little bit, right? So the muscle bellies, because you're depleted of glycogen, you're not carrying around as much because you're constantly burning it off. the muscles will actually get a little bit flatter. And then we'll do something like a high carbohydrate refeed day. Maybe we'll add in like a cheat meal or a high carb day, or whatever style that you use. Well, that extra sodium, those extra carbohydrates, then get pulled into the muscle. So why do you look leaner? It's because your muscle fills out. When muscle fills out, think of it as a balloon inside of a balloon, and the inside balloon then pushes out against the skin. This gives you a leaner look because you actually have more detail. You can see more separation. You can see more striations. You can see more vascularity. All the things that indicate, hey, I'm getting leaner. You step on the scale, it's either up or maybe it's the same as it was, and you think, man, how do I look leaner? But the scale is not moving. Well, this is why, because you've actually just filled out your muscles, you've rehydrated. And so don't get discouraged. In a fat loss phase, when you're getting really lean, there's going to be periods where you need to be flat. You need to be depleted. You're probably burning through substrates at a very fast rate, and you're not replacing them as quickly as you need to be. This is where refeeds, diet breaks, if you're a competitor, this is where a peak week plan becomes important. But overall, understand that body fat can still be going down even though the scale is up or the same. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me today. This is Paul from prophysique.com. Hope you guys have an awesome holiday weekend, and maybe I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All by myself.